You ready to sell more digital products and fast? This is how you do it. Hey there, enterprises, what's good? It's Jason Lago here again. And in this video, I want to talk to you about how to sell more digital products. That's right, how to sell more digital products, and more importantly, how to boost sales fast. Let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, friends, so you've created a digital product, or maybe you've already jumped into the world of digital marketing and you have a product to sell, whether it's one that you created, or maybe you're doing the affiliate marketing thing. All things are good. But now the big question comes, how do you sell it? More importantly, how do you sell more of it, and how do you continue to do so over time? Well, in this video, that's exactly what we're going to get into. So if you're struggling to sell more of these, you're in the right spot. And in this video, not only am I going to show you how to do it, but I'm going to show you how to do it on a shoestring budget. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Now, before we dive into the strategies, let me first talk about why people fail to sell more digital products. And here's really what they come down to. The biggest thing, and I've talked about this before, is the failed philosophy of build it and they will come, right? It's a great headline from a movie, but the reality is that's not the way that it works. And sadly, most people fall into this trap. They either find a product or they create one and they just hope that it will sell itself. And a lot of the times that comes from what I would call a false representation of love that you might have with a product, especially if you create it. If you have the time that's invested into it, then part of you, of course, has a certain loyalty and a love for it, and you think it's so valuable and so good that it practically sells itself. Well, you got to stay away from that kind of mentality, because the reality is things don't sell themselves, right? Certainly not consistently, one-off maybe, but that's just not a way to build a business. And so most people create a product and they hope that it sells, people will just find it, but that's not the way that it works. The other thing is people don't know how to market. They really don't. And if they do have a slight marketing skill, they don't know where to market it. And that can be detrimental as well. Now, the good news in all this is that you really don't need a whole lot to remedy this. You certainly don't need to have a huge marketing budget for paid ads. You just need a few of the right strategies, and I'm going to give you those right now. So without further ado, here's exactly what you want to focus on if you want to sell more digital products and fast. All right, here we go. Number one, strong CTA. Strong CTA. And this right here is worth its weight in gold, because it's one of those things that a lot of people will struggle with, even experienced marketers. You get to where you're creating content all the time and you're forgetting the most important thing, which is not just to give people value, but it's to tell people what to do once they've received it, i.e. a strong call to action. So whenever you're doing any kind of marketing, I don't care if it's paid ads or if you're doing content marketing, make sure that you finish with a strong call to action. Want an example? How about this? If you like what you see so far and you want to see more of this, make sure that you subscribe to this video, like it, also share it with someone who you think might also value this, and most importantly, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any more hot new content that I got coming down the pipe just for you. You see what I did there? If you like this stuff, I'm encouraging you to subscribe so you get more of it. That's a call to action. And it's a strong one because it tells you exactly what to do. In marketing, it's important that you do that to your audience. Tell them what to do. In other words, if you like what you see so far, go ahead and click so that you can, and you fill in the blank. And when they click on the tab, what's going to happen next? Are they going to get more information from you? Are they going to go ahead and have the opportunity to buy a starter course, one that you've created, and now what you have is a sale when it happens, right? This is exactly the type of thing that you want to do. Don't get away from this. Offer the chance for someone to take the next step, give them exactly what that step is, bundle it with a simple to follow direction, and boom, you have a strong call to action. Number two, social proficiency. Social proficiency. Now, I could speak volumes on this point because it is so very important. When I say social proficiency, it's exactly what it sounds like. I want you to become proficient socially. Now, while you think that that might apply only to social media and getting really good at making good and engaging posts, the reality is that's just a fraction of what I'm talking about. More specifically, I'm talking about getting good when it comes to social proof. Social proof is a huge dynamic in terms of what it can offer you in terms of good, successful marketing. So rather than me just tell you how good of a product I have or what good of a person I am, it's really important if I can get someone else to do that for me. And this is where testimonials come in, client reviews, little blurbs and screenshots that talk about the success that people have with your program, if that's what you're selling. So in other words, if you're offering some kind of information where you're coaching or consulting or just teaching people how to do something, imagine if someone went through your course, applied the information, and then got a result out of it, whether it's making money, growing their downline, increasing their confidence, or whatever it is that you teach. And then you had that same person make a video about it, or maybe write up a small blurb. This is so very, very powerful. Why do you think that apps like Yelp and Google and all these other things where people can go on and leave customer reviews, why do you think that's important? You know, there are some consumers out there, before they even check out a website or before they even go to the place in the establishment, what's the first thing they do? They hop online and they look at reviews, right? My wife and a lot of people I know are the same way when it comes to purchasing products. The first thing that they do is not look at the price, they go online and see how happy people are with it overall. And that is the same type of dynamic that you want to create for yourself. Create an environment where there's so much good things that are said about you that it just makes sense for someone to purchase your product. And if they don't, they're missing out on a whole lot of value. Social proficiency. Number 3, and finally, slick content, right? Slick content. And it kind of goes without saying, but when it comes to selling on a shoestring budget, you have to get good at content marketing. Your content needs to be slick. And when I say slick, I'm talking about stuff that is smooth, that is quick, and that is easily shareable. And more importantly, it converts easy and it turns the things you're doing into something that is easily saleable. Slick content's where it's at. What does it cost to create content? Nothing, practically nothing, right? There's no cost for me to do what I'm doing here. Things like Instagram, things like YouTube, right? And when I talk about slick, you know, interestingly enough, this is the day and time where it does have to be quicker, right? Instead of making videos like this all the time, which are still worth its weight in gold, I would say, we're now living in a day and age where people are doing quick scrolls and they want quick nuggets of information that they can easily consume. And as long as you're making an impression up here with that type of slick content, then you have someone who will get tuned in over time. And even more importantly, they'll go ahead and make purchases from you over time as well. So I would focus on things that are quick and easy to deliver, bite-sized pieces of information, and something that people can consume really easily. So in this day and time, the things that are dominating that I've seen are things like TikTok videos, quick reels that you can do on Instagram and Facebook, YouTube Shorts, and the like. Now that's not to say that you can't get slick in other forms of your content, but just making sure that you are delivering stuff that is not overwhelming. It's easy, it's a quick dose of information and value that people can consume, and again, it's all about making the impression to get them to want to take the next step. As long as you're doing that, you are well on your way to selling stuff and selling stuff quickly, and more importantly, selling a lot of it over time. There you have it, my friends. Listen, I hope this was helpful to you. Let me know in the comments below which one of these stood out to you the most, and more importantly, which one are you going to focus on going forward? Now you know what to do. Give me a like and a subscribe, hit the notification bell. There's a lot more that's coming down the pipe that I know that you want to see, and I don't want you to miss out on it. This is Jason Lango with Always Enterprise. I'll talk to you next time. Take care.